Hello, everyone. Welcome to this Monday Musings. Thank you so much for being here. And only a few more days now until our next workshop, The Mystery of Your Life Force Energy. If that calls to you, please feel welcome to discover more via my website. But for now, this Monday Musings, we are talking about the conviction of the heart, conviction of relationships. Do you own your relationships? Do you own your feelings, your truths? Can you speak and connect with others? Can you edify one another? And this is a really interesting topic to just delve into just for a moment, just for a brief musing and pondering of such. For in this world, we're craving and calling in these higher relationships, this higher society, this family and soul family, spirit family. We're calling in this unconditional love. We're calling in this unity consciousness. Yet at the same time, it starts in our heart. It starts right here. It starts with those around us. Can we, yes, it may be easy and simple with someone whom you do not know or only know a little bit, to be very optimistic and edifying and graceful. Yet for those who are in your heart, for those with whom you have history, for those that are your blood family or your soul family, which you've traveled far and wide with, this is the interesting thing here. Well, this is one of the shadows that I see in observation coming up to release collectively. And like any collective shadow, it will come through each one of us in our own way to offer, for us to offer conviction and realignment and redefinement of relationship energy. If we can look upon a stranger and someone whom we do not really know and hear the words that they speak as a process, as alchemy, as something which they're moving through, a human aspect or two, yet when we look at our soul family, our friends, we deny them or disown them. Have we noticed ourselves doing this? Have we noticed the focus? For any relationship that we have is not really anyone's business, yet it's interesting how many can focus and zoom in onto a light-filled, a strong love connection. That could be friends or sisters or brothers or lovers. That could be anyone, really. And the interrogation commences. The interrogation commences. And questions are asked and doubts are offered. And how do we respond to that? How do we reply to that? How do we own our relationship? And do we say, hey, it's none of your business. I love this being. I love this wonderful soul. They're my friend, and that's all you need to know. Or do we have within us an imprint, something old, which is wishing to purge and release, like the world is doing? For we are all channels and children of this earth. And so with being channels and children of this earth, whatever the collective energy is going to move up and move through us individually to release, to alchemize, to expand, and to ascend. And we have the choice every time something arises, and it is a pattern which does repeat as often as it needs. This is something that I experienced a long time ago, where I personally I felt like I was needing to justify friendships or relationships which I had. And that was an initiation, very challenging in many ways, until it got to a point where I realized it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's not your business. But I know how this universe creates itself. And I know what my truth is. I know how I see. I choose to see with the eyes of my heart, not the analysis of the mind. I will not put patterns in place. I will not find validation to accentuate illusion. I will see with my heart, and I will let my heart ears do the hearing, especially when it is a beloved or a loved one speaking and alchemizing and processing something. And yes, I will not air dirty laundry, but I will connect and figure it out individually. I will not cause triangulation outside of ourselves, for it happens enough within. And this, I remember this initiation very vividly, because until we get to the point of really owning and having conviction of those whom we love and those whom we've had beautiful experiences with, we're not going to release this collectively. So if someone says, why are you her friend? Why does she or he, why are they always with you or always there? Why are those words used? Why this and why that? It often comes from, yes, there is an absence of love, there is a jealousy, or there is a challenge arising, something trying to alchemize through. But if we feel as though to say, well, you know, we don't have the energy of love in our response, then the absence of that love is what will grow. And it is a reflection of our own inner acceptance. It is a reflection on our own inner conviction, our conviction of presence, our conviction of our gift. And it's interesting because really we want to be giving each other a great lift, and to show it's okay to love, it's okay to have friends, it's okay to have family, it's okay to use words that others don't understand. And it's okay to not have to justify a relationship that you have. It's okay to put boundaries in place and to say, I love this person, that's all you need to know. And unless your question is based in love, then frankly, off you go. Yet sometimes as humans, we can have great interest in others' lives. And we don't even realize the triangulation, which is encouraging a shadow aspect to thrive. And so I share with you now, it is okay to have the courage of heart. It's okay to call those family, and have conviction in those dynamics. You are safe to have relationships. You are safe to have friendships. You are safe to create a society. And for anyone that struggles to receive that seems to persecute or chase, do not worry, for if you do not feed it, it cannot do anything anyway. Yet we don't realize sometimes that we feed it through our instability of anchoring of heart. We don't realize how we can feed a doubt or a shadow, which really is just tearing us apart, and it's tearing apart the world. So we need to really, and this is a call to action for myself, as all these videos always are, but also for anyone that resonates with this truth being spoken and channeled through in this transmission. This is a call to action. You do not need to justify any of your actions, words, feelings, emotions, relationships, or anything. Yet it's also okay when queried or questioned, or someone who approaches with a fragmented part of themselves stepping forward, who perhaps doesn't understand the depth of love which you feel. It's okay to say, that's okay. I don't need to justify my relationship. I don't need to justify how I feel. I don't need to justify our connection. I don't need to justify or explain to you, although I appreciate the question. But this being in my life, I see no faults in them. I see their hearts. I see their light. And I long for the day which you see it too, yet I also understand the reflection which is occurring as we seek to bring union to those parts of ourselves. Because that's really what those questions are asking. That's really what those concerns, as they're often masqueraded as concerns, they're really there to cast dispersions, for it's a wounded part of self trying to be heard. A wounded part of self that has had that experience of denial. How many times do you deny your friend, your sister, or your brother, or your lover? Once, twice, thrice. Let's open this space with love and compassion, with grace and with conviction. Let's look one another in the eyes and bring unification to this world that we're creating. And so next time someone challenges a relationship which you have, look them in the eyes and open your heart and let the heart speak. Let the heart hear. You do not need to offer any details or anything intimate. You can simply say, that's none of your business, and walk away. Unless you feel that it genuinely is coming from love and seeking to understand and seeking to embody, in which case, respond with the heart. The heart will offer you words. I know that anytime that in the past, let's take recent months and years, anytime that I've been questioned about any relationship which I've had, any friendship, any sisterhood or brotherhood which I've had great joy in edifying, in acknowledging their concern, the concern of my friend who may have brought something up, but great pleasure and joy I felt in focusing on my relationship love and in sharing. I understand why you may ask that and why that perception may be strong for you, but there is so much you're not seeing. And there is so much that is being offered in respect and love, in balance, and in union. From one heart to another, and this is how we create community. We listen through the ears of grace, especially to those who we've known for a while, for they are the hardest words to hear with the ears of grace. So we listen to our friends, to our lovers, to our families, to our sisters and brothers, to our children. We listen to the ears of grace. For if we don't, well, that's okay. It just creates a karmic cycle. And it adds validation to the ego and to the mind, creating a stronger pathway to deny or defy. So with every practice that you can do, and this is a human thing for everyone, no matter who they are, with every practice that you can do, every opportunity that you get, choose to focus on the love, on the heart, on the truth of who is in front of you. For what you focus on will grow. And if we really want to create a world of unity and love, then whomever is asking the question, or whomever you're being given the opportunity to edify, have such conviction in your sight, in your focus, and in your heart that that is the only voice that you can hear. And the ego voice that wishes to separate, that wishes to triangulate, that wishes to cast dispersions or set the mood or shit stir, as we say in our human language. Don't allow that part of the ego to burst through. Dissolve it in love. Practice it daily. Practice seeing yourself in love so that you can see it in everyone else too. And the relationships that you already have that are already strong will strengthen. And the ones that are not yet like that will grow in beauty and grace and depth. We are an intimate species. We crave an intimate reception, emotionally, mentally, physically, in many ways. It is the emotional intimacy and the brevity to feel and the brevity to choose that shows us our mastery. And we will be given test after test because we call it in. We will be given test after test to see where our mastery is. Speak only the words of love, but feel them fully, feel them so fully that there is no part of you that is questioning what you're experiencing. Do not give the ego space to breathe and to grow. Choose to see through the illusion, any illusion which may present. For it is your mastery, our mastery, which anchors the seeds of light. The ears of grace and the ears of love. How can we bring one another together? Let the ears have a veil of grace over them, so that anything that is heard, anything that is spoken to you, anything that is asked or received, or even that you hear yourself speak to, for the mind knows only itself. It knows no other being. It knows no other person, really. No man, no woman, no child. The mind knows only itself. And so whatever we see, whatever we ask is a reflection of ourselves, a reflection of the collective within us and the strongest voice within that collective. So let it be the heart. Let the heart dissolve under grace. Any doubts, dispersions that are cast, any instabilities in your field around how you may feel of another. See the light within everyone and watch that be the thing that you magnetize out. For if there is a wound present, if there is an invisible part of your subconscious mind that believes the opposite and it is louder than your conscious mind and your conscious belief, then that is what will draw forth. So practice and grow the heart voice. So much love to you all. So many blessings. Thank you for being here on this beautiful Monday after the equinox. So much love.